Hey everybody, Ryan here coming back at you with another video. Today is a return of a series that I have not done in probably a couple years. It is my Top Thursday series. I think it was Top 5 Tuesday for a little while, but sometimes it's going to be Top 5, sometimes just Top 3. Today, it's actually going to be a Top 4. And so today is my Top 4 Charlie Chaplin films. Now, I have been a fan of Charlie Chaplin since I was a kid. I grew up watching silent films because of my mom, and then late nights on AMC back in the day. I've always loved silent cinema. If you followed my channel, you know that I really love silent cinema in general. Heck, I love all movies in general. But I'm in the middle of going through Buster Keaton's filmography, and so I figured while I'm getting ready for that, and I'm gonna, do a list for that of my favorites, I might as well start with somebody that I've seen his whole filmography, and I could actually say these are my top 4 favorite Charlie Chaplin films. So, without further ado, today I'm going to be starting my top 4 Charlie Chaplin films. Number 4 is 1940's The Great Dictator. Now, there's a lot of people that have seen scenes in this film and they don't even realize it's probably a movie. It's just something that's in pop culture. Of course, the Tramp, the character that Chaplin created, has been all over pop culture. Just the look, and I can't really show that because that'll give away the next one. But you all know, like the mustache and the hat, the cane. Everybody knows Charlie Chaplin as the Tramp. Well, this was his first fully sound film, and this came out right in like the beginning of World War II and the rise of Adolf Hitler. And this film is a great commentary on fascism and just like tyrants in general. So basically what it is about is Charlie Chaplin's character, who is a Jewish barber who returns home after being in basically like a hospital, like a home care facility, because he got hurt previously, years before, during a war, and he has amnesia really bad. And so he returns back home and he goes to the ghetto. And in the ghetto, he meets a woman and they fall in love, and together they rebel against the tyrant and his forces. It's funny, it's dramatic at the same time, but Charlie Chaplin also plays the dictator. So which is why this Criterion cover, there's him as the Tramp, or as the barber, and then there's him as the dictator, who bears a striking resemblance to Adolf Hitler. So the film is definitely, poking sticks at Adolf Hitler, and it has such a powerful scene at the end. It's a now famous scene that has Charlie Chaplin giving a superb speech. And I don't really want to give away the ending of the movie or anything like that, but it is just a amazing movie. There's a famous scene in this movie that has the dictator, going like this with a ball, like it's a big blow-up ball of the earth, and he's, playing games with it. And like the movie's hilarious, but it's very dark and serious at the same time. Yeah, there's actually been times like where when I first saw this, it actually caught me off guard because I thought it was going to be 100% slapstick funny, and then when I watched it, I was like, wow, that was powerful. And so I've always loved it. So yeah, number 4, The Great Dictator. Next up, probably his most famous film from 1936, Modern Times. This is the famous film that has the scenes where Charlie Chaplin is like, as the Tramp, going through all those gears and all the gears and stuff through the factory. But this film is about a factory worker who basically falls in love with a woman, and I don't really want to give it away, but basically he's going against the norm, and it's a commentary, as the back says, on class struggle. They are dirt poor, they're just trying to make ends meet, and it's filled with great sight gags, but it's basically a statement on society in general and how they treat their factory workers and, you know, the lower class. And this film has an inspiring ending. I don't want to give it away, but yeah, I'm trying not to give too much of these plots away because I really love going into these kind of movies fresh. But one funny thing, there's a whole segment that some people think may actually have gone too long. And there's a scene where he's in the factory and he's testing a bunch of stuff. And there's like a little table that he basically, it feeds him, and they're testing out a machine that could feed people. And it's going around in circles, and a piece of corn goes up in his face and he has to eat it, and it is hilarious. Some people think the scene goes on too long. I think it's just right, and I love it. So yeah, this is just a phenomenal film, inspiring ending, funny, and it actually is a silent film, but actually has some sound. And what I mean by that is when you watch it, there's some things where everything's silent, but then there's like the factory manager who, when he speaks to Chaplin through a TV, you could hear his voice and it's synchronized. He also, Charlie Chaplin sings in it, and that's like the only time he actually voices his actual voice in this film. So yes, number 3, Modern Times. Next up is technically a 1925 film, re-released and kind of re-edited and redone in 1942, The Gold Rush. Now, this film is actually more of a recent addition to my love of Chaplin. I saw this film many, many years ago, didn't really remember too much about it. And then when Criterion re-released it, no, not when Criterion re-released it, when it came out on DVD, the special edition DVDs, like back in the 2000s, I rented it, and I fell in love with it. Basically, it's about a prospector who goes in search for gold. And he meets a woman and falls in love, and he tries to impress her, but it doesn't really go the way he plans, and he meets people, and this is a movie that has a plot, but it's really about how he interacts with these different characters, and some characters return later, and it's really about his quest for gold. But this film, over all of them, is a visual treat. Every scene, some of the matte paintings that they use for the scenes in general, and some of the stunts, it's just a beautiful looking film, and I highly recommend it. Now, the original version was from 1925. It's 88 minutes, and it's silent. Then he re-released it with his own voice narration in 1942, and so it's 72 minutes. Of course, it's because they took out all the intertitles, you know, that they have in silent films, and so both films are great. Now, the second one is edited differently. There's some little subtle changes that actually bother some people. I'm not going to get into that, but if you've seen this film and you see it, you'll see what I'm talking about when you see the special features and you read up on it. But yeah, this also features one of the most, I mean, this is kind of a spoiler, heartbreaking moments that I've ever seen in a film. And it's mainly because of the face of Charlie Chaplin. He is such, I mean, he's funny, but he is such a powerful screen presence, and his emotion and his just leaks through his face, and it's just, you feel for the guy. And if you've seen the movie and it involves him looking, standing in a doorway, looking out somewhere, and then the look on his face, oh, it's heartbreaking, and it just shows the amazing acting abilities that Charlie Chaplin had. I actually think he's a better dramatic actor and with emotion than he is a comedic actor in terms of slapstick. Buster Keaton nails the slapstick and the physical comedy. I love The Tramp, but to me, everything else in a Chaplin film that's dramatic and has some real human emotion really is what grabs me. So yes, The Gold Rush, number 2. Last but not least, a film that, one of the greatest films ever made. There's some of you that are watching this video that couldn't agree with me. Some maybe think this is questionable as my favorite Charlie Chaplin film. I am talking about Limelight. This film is spectacular. It is his best performance. This is Charlie Chaplin giving a Daniel Day-Lewis performance, a once in a lifetime. To me, this is the one Charlie Chaplin film that I'd say is one that everybody must experience. And I say experience because of the emotions. Now, it's a drama. It's called Limelight. It says Charlie Chaplin in his human drama, but basically it's about an aging performer who's kind of, he's an alcoholic, he's out down on his luck, and he stumbles into the life of a young actress, singer, performer. She's a ballerina, and she is definitely having some issues. And basically he walks in on her trying to kill herself, and he saves her life, and they both help each other reach the best that they can be. It is a powerful story, amazing acting, and this has a huge cameo appearance by Buster Keaton. They're acting in the same film together. I wish he was in more scenes, though. He's in a lot for a cameo. It's extended cameo, so it's not like Bill Murray in Zombieland. It's probably more like, I don't know. Actually, kind of is like Bill Murray in Zombieland. That's about the same amount of screen time, but just seeing them both on the screen together is phenomenal. But this film is full of emotion, full of powerful everything. Great acting. This is his masterpiece, in my opinion, and that's all I got to say about that. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next week will be another top video. Thank you so much for supporting my return to YouTube, and see you guys next time. If you have any other suggestions for top 5 or top 4 or 3 videos or favorites videos, leave them down below. I'm pretty sure I have a favorites playlist I'm going to find, and so I'll leave that down below if you want to watch those too. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.